Shakespeare Star Wars, it was written by Ian Doescher and his wife. They have been studying Shakespeare for years and years. They're just as big nerds as I am. Well, maybe. Well, probably more. And the whole thing, it's in Shakespearean prose. Scenes end in rhymed couplets, it's iambic pentameter, all of that crazy stuff. It uses a lot of his terminology. So it's going to be a story that most of you are familiar with, just told in an elongated way, I guess is the polite way of saying it. I did trim it a lot, so don't worry. You guys aren't going to be sitting here like, oh my god, come on. It's a lot of fun. Our show last night went really well. We had an awesome audience, and I think you guys are going to be just as awesome. So thank you all so much for coming. Hopefully the cast is about ready. Hey cast, are you ready? I didn't hear any no's, so I guess we're good. So without further ado, let's do this thing.
Yay!
It is a period of civil war. Spaceships of the rebels striking swift from base unseen have gained a victory over the cruel galactic empire, now adrift. Amidst the battle, rebel spies prevailed and stole the plans to a space station vast, whose powerful beams will later be unveiled and crush a planet. 'Tis the Death Star blast. Now Princess Leia to her home doth flee, delivering plans and a new hope they hold of bringing freedom to the galaxy. In time so long ago begins our play, next time, in far, far, far away.
Made winter by this sudden fierce attack. Our ship is under siege, I know not how. Oh! Hast thou heard? The main reactor fails. We shall most surely be destroyed by this. A warrant madness lies herein.
Beep 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 squeak!
We're doomed. The princess shall have no escape this time. I fear this battle doth portend the end of the rebellion. Oh! What misery!
Amazed as swiftly through the door the army of the Empire flieth in. And as the trooper through the passage pours, he murders several rebels.
R2-D2, where art thou?
Beep beep squeak!
At last, where hast thou been? I fear they come in this direction. Pray, what shall we do? My circuitry o'erload, my mind o'erthrown, and fear hath put its grip into my wires. We shall be sent into that place I dread. The Kessel spice mines whence no droid returns, and there be blasted into who knows what.
Oh. Beep beep squeak!
Anon, where dost thou go? Oh, pretty, patience. Leave me not alone. Even though I mock and injure thee, I'll surely die if e'er thou leavest me.
The Death Star plans we could not find herein, nor are they on the main computer lord. In short, they are not here, and there's an end.
Thou speakest well, my stormtrooper, and yet not well upon my ear the message falls. I turn to thee, thou rebel. I lift thy head above my own. Thou canst now choose to keep thy secrets locked safe in that head, and therefore lose the life thou holdest dear, or else to keep thy head, and thus thy life.
My lord, my head and life I value certain 'tis, and yet to thee I must report we have not intercepted one transmission. This is a consular ship and nothing more on diplomatic mission.
Thou knave, with thy last breath hear thou this word. If this is but a consular ship, then where is the ambassador? Commander, prithee, go. Run thou the ship apart until the plans are found, and bring me any passengers. Upon my life, I want them brought alive.
Aye, there is one. I shall set my blaster for stun. She shall be well. I go now to inform Sir Lord Vader I am not a prisoner. And may Mos Eisley drinks flow swift and freely when Vader grants reward for work well done.
Hold! Thou art not permitted in yon escape pod. Deactivated thou shalt surely be.
Beep, meep, meep, squeak.
Thou shalt not label me a mindless brute philosopher. Nay, nay, thou overlading glob of grease. Thou imp, thou rubbish bucket fit for scrap. Thou blue and silver pile of bantha dung. Now come, and get thee hence away, lest someone sees.
Beep, meep, meep, squeak.
What secret mission? And what plan? What dost thou speak of? I'll surely not get in. I warrant I'll regret this, so say I!
This golden droid has been a friend, 'tis true, and yet I wish to still his pretty tongue. An imp he calleth me? I'll be revenged, and merry pranks of plenty I shall play upon this pompous droid C-3PO. Yet not in language shall my pranks be done. Around both the humans and the droids I shall be seen to say make such errant peeps and squeaks that they may think me simple. Truly though, although with sounds oblique I speak to them, I clearly see how I shall play my part, and how a vast rebellion shall succeed by legion instead of a savage.
Now climbeth the metal pair into the pod, which shooteth from the ship like laser blast, and to the planet's face as straight as rod, the capsule takes the droids by power vast.
Darth Vader, only thou couldst be so bold. When first my ship was under siege, I knew 'twas thee who had this peaceful vessel sacked. The Imperial Senate shall not stand for this, for when they hear thou hast attacked a ship on diplomatic mission.
I hiss peace. Be thou not so surprised, for well thou knowest a mercy mission this was not this time. Thine innocent appearance doth disguise a heart with revolution at its core. Aye, several transmissions were there beamed unto this ship by rebel spies. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent. And prithee, speak thou well or speak thy last, for fairer next than thine my hand hath crushed.
Thine idle threat is meaningless to me. My neck, my tongue, my mouth, these instruments of speech have not the power to relate the knowledge thou seekest. For certain 'tis I know nothing of what thou ask of me. For I am but a member of the great Imperial Senate, bound for Alderaan on mission diplomatic.
Nay, thou liest, for thou art with the Rebel Alliance vile and worse, a traitor. Take this one away. The blood and wires within me leap with fire when all these traitorous words I must endure.
Lord, holding her is dangerous. Word of this is told. Sympathy for the rebellion may rise in the Senate's mind, and so shall our power over all the universe be weakened by this wicked, cunning wretch.
The princess shall reveal her treachery when all's to do is done. The rebel spies are aptly linked to her, and now is she my only link to find the hidden rebel base.
I wager she will die ere she tells to me.
Leave that to me. Now go, be on thy way, and take this task. Send out a signal of distress, and then inform the Senate all aboard were killed. So shall our presence here be hid from sight, and thus our swift attack shall not be known.
Lord Vader, sorry I am to report, there are no battle plans aboard this ship. There was some 2 life forms amid the fighting, but Nothing else was picked up, which was nothing more than a harmless accident.
With purpose rank, must she have quickly hid the plans in the escape pod. Oh, woman vile.
Now where could she deceive my subtle mind? The plans in the escape pod, oh, most rare. Pray, cease thy speech and mark you what I say. Take thou a keen and swift detachment down and bring me back the plans. Commander, go. See to the task thyself before the chime. There shall be none to stop our plans this time.
They go to a planet stark and drear for our next scene. Imagine sand and rocks within thy view. Prepare thy souls. We fly to Tatooine.
Oh, Sue. How did we get into this mess? I'll tell thee verily, I know not how. 1,000 tauntaun fowls could not produce a greater desecration than this place. Alas, we two are made for suffering. I fear our two, 'tis but our lot in life. More than 6 million forms of speech I know, yet not a one shall help me now.
Beep, meep, squeak.
Now must I rest before I come apart. My joints are nearly frozen. I freeze. For 'tis as though the vicious cold of death hath sunken deep into my wires. Oh, what a desolate terrain this is.
Beep, meep, meep, squeak.
Where dost thou think thou goest?
Beep, beep, beep. Now shall I leave his company a while, belike my absence shall alleviate his obstinate resolve, and teach him thoughts of kindness, care, and good humility.
Well, I shall not go thither with thee, droid. 'Tis far too rocky. Canst thou not perceive? Nay, truly, for the sun upon thy cold and hard exterior has surely warped thine often-brooded mind. Pray, understand, the road herein is better far. Why dost thou think that settlements will be found yon?
Beep, meep, meep, squeak.
Be thou not technical with me, or else thy input valve I swift receive a hearty helping of thy golden foot.
Beep, meep, squeak.
What secret mission? What dost thou speak of?
Squeak, squeak, beep.
More of thee I shall not take. So, go thou hence. Thou shalt no functionary daily through here, so that I scrap. Now mayst thou travel upon thy way and find thy mission in a sarlacc pit. Then thou shalt know, for lo, these 1,000 years, the pain I suffer as thy counterpart. And be not behind me, errant knave. Aye, mark me, follow not, nor seek thou help. For thou no satisfaction shalt receive.
Beep, 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 squeak.
Enough with thine adventures, I go not upon thine way. Oh, malfunctioning small fool! 'Tis all her fault. She tricked me so that I would go this way. But she shall not fare well. Oh, wait. What's that? A transport, a saved am I! Hark! Over here! Hey! Nothing on! Please help!
Forth across the sand, and takes C-3PO within its hold. But what of R2-D2's mission grand? How doth the tale of this small droid unfold?
Beep, 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 squeak. Get back, get on it.
Yet, amid this ghastly company, the two friends reunited are.
Good R2? Oh! R2-D2, 'tis thee!
Beep, squeak, beep, squeak.
There was someone within this pod indeed. The tracks go off in this direction. Behold! Either someone large hath dropped his ring, or this fragile circle of green I have found droids on Tatooine.
The vehicle of death hath stopped. So greatly fear I what happen next, that I am shaken to my core within. They say that fear is better faced when two together stand. Thus, swift shall I awake my dear R2. Wake up! Wake up!
Wake!
We're doomed! Dost thou think they shall melt us down? Shoot not! Oh, shall this torment never end? First captured by this jaw while small and vile, and now we face a fate that is unknown. Now seems the first fate better than the next. Aye, rather would I bear the ill I have than fly to others that I know not of.
Now let us go.
Oh Luke, pray tell thine uncle that if he should find a translator, be sure it botches schemes. 'Tis true, the last time Owen bought a droid, more dud than droid he purchased a deal.
It seemeth, dear aunt, that we have but little choice, and yet shall I remind him what thou sayest.
Again, it falls to me, a simple man, to take a leading role in matters great. For I must choose a droid today, 'tis true, but I must also teach this lad this. To learn and to grow. And to become a man. Pray tell me, Jawa Small, what has today?
Mepuna ding.
Droid, I assume that thou art program role for etiquette and protocols. Is true?
Aye, protocol. My primary function 'tis. I am well versed in all the customs, sir.
No need of I of the protocols.
Not in this habitat thou speakest true. Hath ever sand need a protocol? When did a stone or a rock need etiquette? However, I
Peace! What I need is a droid who knows the binary tongue of moisture evaporation.
Oh, but sir, my first employment was in programming a binary loader lifter, very like thy vaporators. I, in most respects. My service and my work I'll prove to him if I must speak 1,000 hours more. For certain I shall die ere I return once more to be in right captivity.
Well, speakest thou Bachi?
Truly, sir, 'tis like a second tongue unto my soul.
So shall I have this one here.
Oh, praise the day! Now, if he chooseth also my R2, then shall I be pleased.
Take down this droid unto our vast garage. My wish it is to be clean, be ere we dine.
But unto Tashi Station would I go, and there obtain some power converters.
Thou canst go with thy friends another time when all thy chores have been fulfilled. Go to.
Oh, how I shall be mocked and verily abused when my comrades do hear that once again my uncle hath denied my fervent wish to be with them instead. 'Tis well. Come hither.
Beep meep squeak!
Your pardon, sir. The droid which thou seest is in prime condition. I, a bargain 'tis, and she shall serve thee well. Now, if I can convince a human here to purchase R2 along with me, so shall I win the day, and ever shall yon R2D2 and I dwell in peace. What shall he answer?
Mine uncle, hast thou considered yonder blue droid there?
What of that blue one? That one shall be ours.
Oh, victory! Next, I'll praise him for his choice. A noble choice thou makest, master, for thou surely shalt be pleased with this new droid. I can with confidence report to thee that she is in first-class condition, sir, for I have worked with her before. She comes.
Anon, away we go.
Forget thou not this moment, faithless droid, for I should put my neck at risk for thee is quite beyond my mind's capacity.
I rue the day I came unto this place, this drab and barren rock called Tatooine, but wherefore have I reason to complain? Do sandstorms not invade both rich and poor? Both rich and poor alike pertain to me. For certain, though in most toil am I rich, by want of keen adventure am I poor. Thus I declare that whether rich or poor, the lot I've received from fate's unfair. My comrade Biggs hath rightly guessed, I fear, that never shall I leave this stricken place.
Oh, exclamation tragic. Shall I speak? Is there, dear sir, aught I might do to help?
Nay, droid, lest thou canst alter time or make the harvest come apace, or if thou canst somehow bear my body hence by magical conveyance yet unknown.
I think not, sir. Merely droid am I, and have not knowledge of such things as thou. Not on this planet, anyway. In truth, I do not know which one this may be.
If such a bright the universe contains, then surely hast thou now found thyself as far from it as thou canst possibly be.
I see, sir.
Surely thou mayst call me Luke.
I see, Sir Luke.
Jolly droid, just Luke. I see this droid is wont to prattle on, belike his mouth is faster than his mind.
C-3PO am I, an expert in the human-cyborg link. And she, my short blue counterpart, is R2-D2 called.
Good e'en.
Beep squeak.
Thou hast much harbin here. It seemeth much of fortune thou hast known. Aye, could it be that two droids such as you could know more of adventure than a man?
Although we have been through a maze of mire, we yet our good condition keep. What with rebellion and its hurly-burly ways.
Pray, knowest thou of the rebellion against the Empire droid?
For certain, aye, 'tis how we came to be in thine employment, if thou comprehend my simple meaning, sir. Now is his visage turned all eagerness. Oh, never in this manner have I seen a man intoxicated with a dream.
And hast thou been in many battles? Speak! Whatever morsel thou may serve to me shall be a feast unto my waiting ear. The smallest tale of battle, lost or won, shall feed my soul's ne'er-ending appetite.
Full many battles, aye, sir! But I fear I have but little food to fill my heart. A banquet, sadly, I cannot prepare. 'Tis certain that of tales I am no chef, but rather not much more than an interpreter am I, and not much good at telling stories. Aye, verily, I've not the salt or spice to season them.
'Tis well, my droid. So shall my hunger wait to feast one day upon another's tale. Thou hast got something jammed herein. Hast thou been on a cruiser, or...
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
Pray, what is it?
Beep squeak.
What is what? A question hath he asked. Say, what is that?
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
Beep beep squeak.
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
She says 'tis nothing. A mere malfunction, bygone data 'tis. But please pay no mind.
But who is she? For she is far more beautiful than all the stars.
I truly do not know, sir. A person of importance, I believe. I suspect she was a passenger on our last trip. First 'twas adventure. Second 'tis this last. 'Tis certain my new master hath a wealth of passion, ever eager to bestow.
Say, is there any more recording droid?
Beep beep squeak.
Behave thyself, R2, for thou shalt get us both in trouble.
Beep 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 squeak.
She saith she doth belong to Obi-Wan Kenobi, residents of parts nearby, and 'tis a private message meant for him. For all my wit, I know not what she means, for our last master, Sir Antilles, was. Alas, with all we have endured, this dear small R2 unit quite eccentric is.
Meep meep poo.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I suspect she doth mean old Ben Kenobi. First droids, then tales of battles fought in space, and now a damsel cries in beams of light. Did ever destiny come knocking thus?
I beg thy pardon, sir, but knowest thou aught of what she speaks?
I know not any man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, yet old Ben resides beyond the Dune Sea. I wonder who she is. Whoever she may be, whatever is her cause, I shall, unto her pleas, respond. Not e'en were she my sister, could I know duty of more weight than I feel. But it seemeth she some dreadful trouble hath. Mayhap I should replay the message whole.
R2 doth say the bolt restraining her short-circuited her full recording system. So saith she that if thou wouldst with speed remove the bolt, she may the full recording then display. What purpose shall I serve unto this man? Am I to guide, encourage, counsel, what? Thus shall I play the wise interpreter, for truly 'tis the part I know the best.
Aye, thou seemst too small to run away if I should take this off. Good little droid, so cleverly thou bringest messages that thou hast won my trust. Now thou art free. But wait! Where hath she gone? What villainy! How hast thou dampened that celestial light wherein she spoke of late?
Beep, 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 squeak.
What message, errant droid? Why, the one thou hast been playing, which thou holdst within thy rusty innards. Alas, we shall deactivate it be.
Oh, Luke, pray, Luke.
None, I shall be there soon, good Aunt Prue. I'm sorry, sir, for it doth seem she hath acquired a minor flutter.
Thus she comes and thus she goes, yet ever on my sight her beautiful, fine countenance shall shine. I shall see her once again, in beam or hope on hope with my own eyes. For now I must depart to dine. Pray. Oh, see if thou canst remedy this R2 unit, droid.
Beep, beep, squeak, woo.
Reconsider thou, if thou should play the message back for him.
Beep, beep, woo.
Nay, I do not believe he liketh thee.
Beep, squeak.
Nay, thee I like not either.
Now are the pieces all arranged for me to make a daring move and fly this place. The fool who sets the game in motion shall appear unto C-3PO and Luke, no more than if he were an errant knave. But hear the voice of R2-D2, ah, my noble purpose I'll accomplish yet. To take to Obi-Wan the princess's news, to take my master Luke away from here. And in the end, perhaps more vital still, to make connection twixt the two good men. A foolish thing this flight may seem to thee, and yet more fine than foolish shall it be.
Mine uncle, thou shouldst know my mind. Methinks this R2 unit we have bought may have been stolen.
Debris hath ever been part and parcel of the jobless trade. But in thine utterance I sense there is more. So, say, young Luke, what thinkest thou thereon?
The stolen moment with those droids hath shown to me reason why they may stolen be. I did uncover a recording whilst I cleaned the R2 unit. She purports to be the property of someone named Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thus thought I that she may stolen be. As to the name, this Obi-Wan Kenobi, wondered I if perchance she meant old Ben. Canst thou make any sense?
Nay.
Yet, I wonder if this Obi-Wan Kenobi perchance be of some kin to yonder Ben.
Fie, shall that old man now haunt my home? That wizard is a damned scurvy man. Tomorrow shalt thou take the R2 droid to Anchorhead and have his memory erased. And so shall there an end be to it, for it belongeth only now to us.
Ah, yet what if this man appears and lays claim unto this R2 droid?
Looking shall not happen nor the find, for I believe the man doth not exist. Now I shall by a lie destroy the old man lest he be given new life in Luke's young mind. The boy a keen imagination hath. This Obi-Wan hath not for ages walked within this unit. He is no more. 'Twas many moons ago the old man died. The time when wars were fought. The time before the Empire ruled supreme. The time wherein thy father died as well.
Knew he my father?
Though I speak of men and wars and battles brave, still all he hears is that word. Father. Forget. Thy task is to prepare the droids for work tomorrow. In the morning they shall be upon the South Ridge laboring with those condensers.
Aye, and I do believe these droids shall serve us well. In troth, good uncle, I must confess that my mind has moved to think upon the pact twixt thee and me, namely that I shall stay another season. Crops that grow in these harsh climes will surely grow sans me. And so, mine uncle, if these droids will satisfy, I wish my application to transmit unto the great academy this year.
Your uncle's heart is breaking. Canst thou meet the next semester hence before the harvest time?
Just so quite plentiful are droids.
The harvest time I need thee most. Wilt thou here in the desert yet desert? This year I shall make enough at harvest to hire more hands to help. Then canst thou go next year to the academy. The pilot is a noble trade, my boy, but family is nobler still. I prithee understand, I need thee, Luke.
'Tis one more year entire.
'Tis only one more season.
Aye, so saidst thou when my dear friends Biggs and Tank did leave. Now cracks a hopeful heart. When but the land a man's ambitions firmly grounded are. So shall a bird ne'er learn to fly or soar when its wings are clipped by crops and roots and soil?
Pray, whither flies?
It seems, dear aunt, I nowhere go nor flee nor fly. Instead I must remain in...
Oh, and he did not abide for aye with us. 'Tis true his friends have mostly gone. It hath great meaning to our well-loved group. This bird would surely fly.
So promise I, that I shall set all things right for her. Bird shall fly indeed when the time is ripe, and when the nest hath no more need of him.
But Luke, he hath not a farmer's heart. His apple falls quite near his father's tree.
It is true. And this, my dear, is what I fear.
I am fortune's fool, 'tis true, 'tis true. Gazing now upon the double sun of my home Tatooine, I know full well that elsewhere lies my destiny, not here. Although my uncle's will is that I stay, my heart within me bursts to think on it, for out among the sphere I wish to roam. Adventure and rebellion stir in my blood. Those oft-repeated words of my mate to Biggs, I do believe that all the world's a star. And beyond the heavenly light, I shall fly far.
Alas, my R2-D2 she hath flown, and all the while she beateth on and on about this duty and rebellion's cause. With what strength shall I be punished when R2's treachery discovered is? So shall I hide myself, in hopes I'll not be found by Master Luke.
C-3PO, what dost thou there? At what game playest thou, jolly droid?
I pray you, sir, be thou not cross with me. 'Twas through no fault of mine, in truth I swear. Pray, let me not deactivate me. Oh, I asked her, and urged her not to go, and yet she was to me as one made deaf. Oh, I fear a cursed malfunction doth befall my dear and treasured R2 unit.
Well, nay.
Aye, verily, her mission is supreme, so saith she. She will not hinder me, nor from her wayward, stubborn purpose veer.
Fie! How hath I so easily been tricked? This R2 hath performed her greatest feat, to vanish, scope to wheels into the air. Ah, blast it! I am fine Fico's too.
Now is he angered. Peace, my master, peace! Good sir, forgive my impudence, but may we yet this evening go on searching?
Nay! 'Tis far too dangerous. The night is dark, but darker are the dreaded sand people, and darkest most of all their thievery. Thus, as darkness waits for light to dawn, so must we wait for morning to arise.
O Luke, come hither. Swiftly come ye in. The time hath come to darken down the power.
Anon, good uncle, thy good word I'll heed. Oh, how I shall taste the whips and scorns of my dear uncle's anger. So shall that small droid, though yet far gone, wreak havoc on my soul.
Right, sir, 'tis true. Although the droid is skilled at laboring in service, most doth she excel at wearying the hearts of men.
And so a restless night doth pass within, while Luke doth ponder future punishment, and longs for his lost droid's search to begin. C-3PO doth fear his banishment. At early morn, with eager wills they rise, a shared endeavor binding them anew. The fast land speeder o'er the desert flies. They go to find the errant droid R2.
Good friends, take heed! Scanner doth report a droid ahead. Pray swiftly take us hence, be like our 2 units there awaits. Perhaps I'll yet escape my uncle's wrath.
While droid and man go racing across the sand. Their banthas mounting gaffy sticks at hand, they heave unto the air their warring cry.
Pray, whither goest thou, thou naughty droid?
Nay! Thou teacher Luke is now thy rightful owner. Learn obedience. Aye, learn thou loyalty. Pray, learn respect. And learn thou not to speak of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Beep, 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 squeak,
Oh, speak not to me of mission, droid. Our Lord, happy thou shalt be if our new master doth not let thee know the blaster's deadly touch today.
Pray, patience, C-3PO, 'tis well. But let us hence.
squeak, squeak, meep, beep.
Oh, what can the matter be now? What doth she say?
She doth report that creatures hither come, approaching stealthily from the southeast.
Sand people, hither, come and let us see. Unbidden doth adventure come, yet here I stand, rise and prepared to welcome fate. Fate's hand hath placed me here on Tatooine, and now she beckons onward to the abyss. I spied 2 banthas, yet no sand people. Wait, wait, what doth appear to me now?
With sudden viciousness the Tuskens come. They knock young Luke and cause the droids to fall. They seek to take a harshly pillaged son, till frightened by a false quick dragon call.
Now enter I, the scene of this boy's life. The boy whom I have watched for many years hath grown into the man before me now. My hope I entrust to him alone, that he may be our sure deliverance. Yet, this situation warrants care. For I must approach with caution as we speak, and meet all his questions as trusted guide. My inner joy I must with patience hide, for certain 'tis true. It gives me great delight to see him now his face. So long have I watched o'er him from afar, so many days and hours of my life spent in hopeful expectation of this one. In his beginning, I shall find my end. This affair will be my final stage. Yet, perhaps in my closing scenes I'll write a worthy end to this mortal's life. 'Tis possible in this gladly won the dream I've long awaited shall come true. So I'll compose a final act to achieve these 2 most worthy ends, to set the world right, and to save this old man's soul. Well met, my little one.
Almost I could my metal tongue released and speak to him. This man does show sure signs of wisdom and experience. Beep, 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 squeak.
Come hither, tiny friend, do not be afraid.
Beep, beep, poo.
Nay, prithee fret thou not, for he shall make a full recovery. Rest easy, lad, for thou hast had a fall, and more adventure hast thou seen in a day than many do in a lifetime on board.
But by this light, 'tis Ben Kenobi here. Oh, how it fills my heart with joy and soothes my pain to meet thee.
Aye, 'tis well, but let us go hence. The youngland wastes no place for travelers is. Now, prithee, good youngling, say wherefore thou art here, and what strange errand bringeth thee where I am wont to dwell.
This droid, aye, truly, she hath brought me here.
Beep, beep, squeak.
She doth search to find her former master, yet in all my days ne'er have I seen such devotion as this one showeth from a droid. She claims to be the property of a man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, and, thought I, perchance the man be some relative of yours. Dost thou know any by such name?
Oh, how the heart inside me breaks to hear that name I was called so long ago. Yet, 'tis happy fate, that Luke's voice that calls. Aye, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, that name like a song, yet whether glorious song of joy or some bitter dirge of pain, I am never sure. That is a name I have not heard below these many, many years, a long, long time.
My uncle knew it, Obi-Wan Kenobi, but he doth report to me the man is dead.
Oh, and wretched knave, such base deceit! Yet, I know why the man so spokest. Should I have acted different in thy place? Nay, the man take not his final sleep, at least unto this moment. Not yet.
Then thou knowest him.
Aye, verily I do. I know the man as if he were myself. 'Tis true, this Obi-Wan Kenobi. Dear Luke, 'tis I.
By heaven's light, beep tweet!
I have not heard this name, this Obi-Wan, since Arian now thyself wert born.
Aye then, I see this little droid is bound to thee.
I have no memory of owning a droid such as this. 'Tis curious indeed. Now, mark thee these my words. We must repair indoors to escape a second cudgeling. The sand people do take flight easily, but they will be back with many, many more.
Beep 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 tweet!
C-3PO! Where am I? Have I ta'en in no time to stop? In dreams have I seen visions of my death. 10,000 soldiers pranced upon my grave, and I, alone to face the murderous mass, could only weep at my untimely end.
Peace, peace, good droid, thou art alive, fear not. Canst thou not stand? We quickly must depart before the sand people attack us here and strive to make thy dream reality.
Oh, whether dream or waking, I know not. But I prithee, leave me here. C-3PO by nightmare hath been slain.
This droid shall quickly stretch his welcome thin.
I shall not leave thee, droid. Thou speakest sense. Come, come, I'll bear thee up. So art you not?
What noble care he takes to soothe this droid. Thanks for yet again.
Nay, thou art sure misled, O wise one. For my father hath not fought in any wars. Full many evenings as I lay abed, such tales of him I never knew. A navigator on a freighter ship that carried fragrant spices, hence to yon my father was. He kneweth not of wars.
So hath thine uncle told thee. Marry, he did not believe in aught of what thy father spoke of, brave ideals or philosophies, nay. Thine uncle, tethered to the land, did not believe thy father should become involved in matters of the stars or empires, nay.
Hast thou done battle in the Clone Wars?
Aye, and so is I a Jedi Knight, the same as thy dear father.
Oh, how tears well up for the loss of that dear man whom I never did know, nor do, nor will.
Amongst the pilots, he was e'er the most skilled in the galaxy, and a cunning warrior, to the very last, and a dear, dear friend. And now to play upon his sense of natural self-importance, so to draw him near to the ideals of Jedi training himself. I hear thou art a skilled pilot as well. This calls to mind a gift I have for thee. Thy father wished thou should have it when thou wert of age, but thine uncle would have none of it, nay, feared thou would go on a fool's crusade, just as thy father hath when he was young.
Dear sir, if thou dost need me not, I shall shut down upon the present moment here.
Why speaketh he here when 'tis my turn to speak? And of etiquette they know but little.
Pray, what is it?
Thy father's lightsaber. It is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. If thou in thine hand could hold a sun, then thou wouldst understand the power of this weapon. Neither random nor awkward like a blaster, nay. The lightsaber holds a noble elegance, a Jedi's pride. It is a weapon of a civilized new age.
Now holdeth Luke the weapon in his hand, and with a switch the flame explodes in blue. The noble light whose reverence doth command, that instant was a
For many generations, the Jedi were the guarantors of justice, peace, and good within the galaxy. Ere the dark times came and the Empire began to reign.
How hath my father died?
Question apt. The story told I'll not reveal to him now, but may he someday understand my drift, so that from some point of view it may be said my answer is the most honest truth. A young Jedi named Darth Vader, a lad I had trained until the evil turn, did help the Empire hunt and destroy the Jedi. And now the cruelest words of all I'll utter unto this innocent, that he may someday comprehend. He hath thy father murdered and betrayed, and thus the Jedi were driven to near extinction. Young Vader was seduced and taken in by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
The Force. The Force doth smoothly flow throughout the feelings of the Jedi Knight. It is an energy field that doth surround and penetrate and bind all things here within the galaxy.
And hearing this wise man, I have almost my errand quite forgot. Now to my work. Beep beep squeak!
And now, my tiny friend, I shall attempt to decipher the reason wherefore thou art here, a strange errand, a mission to pursue.
She hath the message played.
Thus I have found.
Dear General Kenobi, many years ago thou served my noble father in the Clone Wars. Now he beggeth thee to return again and aid him in his struggle with the Empire. Sadly may I not be there with thee in person my request to give. My ship of late hath fallen under siege, and thus my mission, bringing thee unto my cherished planet Alderaan, hath failed. Yet have I deep within the memory banks of this brave R2 unit stored the plans most vital for Rebellion's victory. My father can retrieve the plans therein, but I must ask of thee to take the droid and bring her unto Alderaan with care. The desperate hour is now upon us, sir. I beg thee, oh help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
The message ends, then doth a silence fall. While Obi-Wan his duty contemplates, young Luke considers whether fate doth call. Aye, in this moment, destiny awaits.
The boy doth have the smell and taste of fire new burning in his ears. Thus, I shall play the role of fuel and gently stoke that fire. Thou must learn the Force, dear Luke, if thou art to come away with me to Alderaan.
Nay, Alderaan. This man hath many charms, and it seems that these many hours I've been under some great spell that he hath cast. Nay, I must return home. 'Tis late, and Uncle Owen shall be vexed if I do not return to him ere long.
Now it must be done, or all is lost. I need thy good help, Luke, and so doth she. For adventures such as these, I'm far too old.
Nay, nay, I should not be involved, dear friend. Much work there is to be done at home. And, as the seers say true, a crop without its harvester is like a dewback sans its rider. Verily, I loathe the noisome empire, yet nothing against it have I power to do at present.
So speaketh thine uncle through thy lips, not thee.
Mine uncle, oh, mine uncle. How shall I to him explain this matter? Tell me how.
Come with me, dear, and learn the Force.
Now am I split in twain by fate's sharp turns. Two paths, the one toward adventure leads, the other taketh me back home. I have, for all my life, longed to go hence, and now this Obi-Wan hath given reason why I should leave my Tatooine and fly unto the stars. Aye, he hath told me of the powerful Force, and yet another force doth pull me home, the force of duty and responsibility. I would go hence, fly today, and ne'er look back again, except Beru and Owen are my true and loyal family. 'Tis settled then. I must remain on Tatooine until I can leave with a clear, unfettered soul. I shall take thee as far as Anchorhead. From there mayst thou find transport to wherever thou goest, aye, throughout the galaxy.
Thou must hold with thy conscience, it is true. Whatever thou thinkest right, this thou shouldst do.
Until this battle station utterly prepared and operational shall be, 'tis plainly vulnerable to an attack. The rebels have more resources and are more dangerous than thou wilt deign to see.
Perhaps of danger to thy starfleet eye, not unto this battle station strong.
Rebellion shall gain more support within the Imperial Senate.
Oh, these men do talk and quibble like a brood of clucking hens. Thy Imperial Senate, which thou speakest of here, no longer any threat to aught thus hold. For I have just spoken to the great Empire myself.
But Mary, 'tis impossible. How shall the Emperor maintain control without the crimson cord of vast bureaucracy?
Oh, how these politicians irk me so. Governors and territories care I not, but I retain their company for mine own purposes. For though their talk doth tire my mind, I do confess that naught I found hath on their counsel yet improved. For every human bond is meaningless. All family doth leave, and friends betray, and lovers fail, and teachers turn. And thus, among the politicians shall I dwell, where lies, deceit, and garrulous talk do make the universe go round. But yet I vow, I'll not be governed by the governors, no policy of politicians heed. Instead, myself and my dear emperor together shall pursue our destiny.
Governors of all the regions now have sole control over their special lands, and fear shall keep the people in line. Fear of this very battle station.
But what, pray tell, of the rebellion vile? For if the rebels have the plans to this good station stolen, then possible it is they may have found a weakness which, in haste, they shall exploit. Pray, Tarkin, you mark my words.
Those plans shall soon recover thee, fear not.
Attack upon this station pointless is, regardless of the plans they have found. I speak not rashly when I hear aver. This station now hath power ultimate o'er all else in the vast wide universe. And now, I prithee, let us see it used.
I warn thee, woman, be not too proud of thy great terror technological. A weapon for the mass destruction of a planet, even to destroy it whole, is no match for the power of the Force.
Thou canst not tempt to frighten us with words, so like a man of magic, Vader. Nay, thy sorcerer's act is tired and overdone. The sad religion thou dost teach to conjure up the stolen plans, nor dost thou have a third's eye sight to make...
The power of the Force is now unveiled, as Vader holds the Admiral in check. The Force that Mati with her words impaled, now hath a wampa's hold about her neck.
I find thy lack of faith disturbing.
Cease. No more of this, good Vader, let her be.
As is thy will. My point hath well been made upon this spiteful argument.
Enough. This endless bickering shall end. Lord Vader shall provide the setting of the errant rebel base before the time the station shall be operational. And then, my friends, the Empire shall rejoice. The rebellion shall be crushed in one swift stroke. Now get ye gone. Fulfill this purpose grand.
My troopers on the planet Tatooine have traced the creatures who have found the droids. We shall retrieve those plans.
There goes the man. The Emperor doth hold him in his grasp and lays a claim upon his heart and soul. Well, I recall, as a younger man, the Emperor and Vader with me stood and contemplated our shared destiny. Now Vader, split twixt manhood and machine, fulfills a vital place within my plans. Together wrapped in warm embrace of power, our Emperor to serve until at last the final curtain of life's play is dropped. As history hath made this Tarkin great, this battle station shall now make me feared. I am as constant as the indoor moon. Rebellion crush, and do it soon.
It seemeth the sand people have done this wretched deed on Gaffy sticks and tracks of Bantha I. But ne'er in all my years have Tuscans gone awry, so far as this.
And they have not. Though those this evil deed have done would have us believe this sand. Hark, look ye thereupon. These tracks here are side by side, yet sand people 'tis known, ere one behind the other do ride, as to hide their many numbers large.
This Jawa is the very same who sold C-3PO and R2-D2 too, unto mine uncle not but 2 days ago.
And these marks here, these blast points are too fine, too accurate for sand people, 'tis true. Only the Empire is so cunning and meticulous in their work.
But why? Say why would Imperial troops have aught to do with the Jawas? Wait! The droids! If they have traced them to who they sold them to, then that would lead them to my home!
Pray, patience, Luke. 'Tis is hard and dangerous.
Now flies Luke off in his land speeder quick, and finds his home engulfed in flames of red. Then spies amid the smoke so black and thick the bodies of his aunt and uncle, dead. A sadder, wiser man he cometh back, with noble purpose now his life's imbued. By wrongful, vicious, cowardly attack, the empire hath Luke's passion quite renewed.
There was nothing thou couldst have done, hadst thou been there. Aye, thy wouldst have been murdered as well, and the droids captured and within the Empire's evil grasp.
Thou knowest, good friend, what I have seen here today. No sorrow like to this have I ever known. I wish to come with thee to Alderaan, for nothing have I here on Tatooine. Then shall I learn the Force and become a Jedi like my father was. Thus I vow. So must we go upon our way. With haste may we escape the troopers vile. Adventure have I asked for in this life. Now I have too much of my own desire. My soul within me weeps, my heart, my mind, it races unto 1,000,000 varied paths. My Uncle Owen and my Aunt Rue, have they been cruelly killed for what I want? So shall I never want again if in all the wanting, all I love be destroyed. 'Tis now my burden, so I'll wear it well. And to the great rebellion give my life. A Jedi shall I be in all things brave, and thus shall they be honored in their grave.
Now in her cell the princess doth remain, with hope and trouble written on her face. At times she faces torture, horrid pain. With these tools Vader seeks the rebel base, while Leia in her captive state is kept. Young Luke and Obi-Wan set on their way. Approaching town, they hope to intercept a pilot to transport them sans delay.
There shalt thou find a hive more rank and wretched eye, filled with villainy. Thus must we cautious be.
I prithee speak. How long hast thou these droids?
'Tis 3 or 4 full seasons now.
We are prepared to sell them, shouldst thou wish.
Now is the Force to noble purpose used, not as Sith employing it to smite. After the dark side rank the Force abused. Good Obi-Wan shall use the Force for right.
Pray, show me thy papers.
Nay, thou dost not need to see his papers.
Nay, I do not need to see thy papers.
And it is true that these are not the droids for which thou searchest.
'Tis true. These are not the droids for which I search.
And now, the boy may go on his merry way.
I prithee, good lad, go thy merry way.
Oh, how those troopers vexed me. Now, by my troth, I cannot comprehend how we that threatening stormtrooper did escape. Aye, verily, I thought our end was nigh.
'Tis true, the Force doth have great power over the weak and simple-minded of the galaxy.
Dost thou believe in yon dank place that we shall find a pilot who hath means to transport us to Alderaan?
A good crew of freight pilots can oft be found here, 'tis true. But prithee, take good care, for this cantina hath an ill repute.
Find myself prepared for everything. Pray, wait beside the speeder now, for desire no conflict here today.
I do with all my heart agree, dear sir.
I say, you like his not thy look.
Forgive me, sir. Nor do I like his face, yet do I groan.
Proceed with caution, young lad, for I bite my thumb at thee. Young men are wanted by the law, for I've earned the penalty of death in any systems, and would gladly earn it here too if thou provoked me to.
Careful shall I be.
Thou shalt be dead.
Patience, my dear sir, this little lad is not worth thy time. Now, good sir, let us be friends, and to thy health and welfare we shall drink. Your purpose here to fight, but these drunkards left me a little choice. There is a lesson here to be learned. This Obi-Wan, no old, hath still begun. Chewbacca here doth offer service as first mate on a ship when we serve our purpose.
Han Solo, at thy service, gentlemen. The great Millennium Falcon is my ship. My first mate Chewie telleth me he seeks safe passage to the system Alderaan.
Ah, 'tis true, if a vessel swift of flight.
A vessel swift of flight, thou sayest. Hast thou not heard of the great Millennium Falcon?
Now he'll boast, but if we are to have his ship, some boasting he'll endure. Nay, shouldst I have?
'Tis but the ship that hath the Kessel Run accomplished in 12 parsecs, nothing more. Imperial cruisers have I slyly scaped, yet nothing more of that. And neither do I talk about bulk cruisers small, but vast Verilian ships, yet nothing more, no more. I shall not brag about her speed, good sir. Suffice to say the ship shall fill thy needs, as she's the fastest Arab, but nothing more.
Aye, nothing more. I wish he'd hold his peace. It seemed this man doth love his ship far more than e'er I seen a man love his woman.
Pray tell, what shall the cargo be?
Myself, the boy, 2 droids, and ne'er a question asked.
Just what? Touch of local trouble here?
Nay, let us say some imperial entanglements were to avoid.
Aye, there's the rub. And so shalt thou further pay. 10,000 is the cost, and every bit shalt thou deliver ere we leave the dock.
10,000? Fie! We could our own ship buy for such a sum as this.
Ha! A goodly jest. For who should pilot such a ship, shouldst thou?
Thou knave, I could indeed. A pilot am I skilled in my own right. Now, should we stay and take more of this man's abuse?
2,000 can we render upon thee now. Another 15 once we dock upon Alderaan's right pillar.
Say 17. Congratulations, men. Thou hast the ship secured, and we'll depart whenever thou art prepared. You will find me in docking harbor number 94.
Ah, 94.
So must they desperate be. As truly may our swift deliverance prove. Go thou unto the ship, and be prepared. 17. I have prepared to go unto thy master. Tell thou Jabba plain, I have obtained his money.
Na Jabba Pasca! Stiwa Bina Knafna!
True. Yet this time is the money truly mine.
Nif Naf Sipuna Tinapa! Kisna Apna!
This bounty hunter doth my patience try. Nay, good Greedo, I have not money with me now. Tell thou Jabba.
Jabba Wapafna! Siputa Nafna! Nula Biaga! Poof!
From time to time have boarded bid. Surely thou dost not believe that ere I had the choice.
Viva la Knafna! Sipuna Apna! She knocked out. Beef knocked.
The day when Java takes my dear ship will be the day you will find me a brave man. Aye, true. I'll warrant thou hast wished this day. Pray forgive me for the mess. And whether I shot first, I'll never confess.
The princess hath shown great resistance to the mind probe. For as if she knew the force, and had a Jedi's blood to overcome the piercing of her mind by a machine.
The final tests are now complete at last. And thus my news. The Death Star stands prepared. Aye, fully operational it is. So, Governor, what course shall we now take?
Perhaps the stubborn princess shall respond to an alternative persuasiveness.
Say, Tarkin, what dost thou mean?
Pray patience, Darth, thou shalt my meaning learn. Now time it is the power of this Death Star to all shown shall be. Now, Admiral, go forth and set thy course to Alderaan.
I understand thee, and with pride obey.
The death of innocence doth bring me joy, because the dark side is my chosen path. The senseless end of others pains me not, for I have played the part of judge severe, and then have been the executioner. Why should I care for those on Alderaan when I have murdered innocents as they? 'Tis my dark calling, which I do embrace. To Alderaan we fly on course direct, and to this feast of death I'll not object.
I prithee, lockest thou the door anon?
This door is locked. And as my father hath oft said, a locked door no mischief makes. So sure am I that thus, behind this door cannot be the George for which I search. And thus may I move on with conscience clear.
I'll tell thee true. I would with Master Luke prefer to go than now remain with thee. I am not sure what trouble here may be, yet certain am I that thou deservest the blame.
I'll warrant thou shalt have thy recompense. Beep, beep, meep, squeak!
Hold thou thy cursing and most cursed tongue.
Thou must thy speeder set. That matters not, for ne'er shall I return to this place.
Young Luke doth with a buyer swiftly meet, and in a trice a hasty deal is wrought. A speeder sold along a dusty street, but with the sale, new chance for hope is bought.
Aye, a paltry sum in truth. For ever since the XP-38 hath been released, this model hath but little value.
Fear not, it will suffice, it shall serve our purpose. Now, yon ship is as fast, as quick as this Han Solo so boasts. We shall do well.
What folly-fallen ship is this? What rough-hewn wayward scut is here?
0.5 past light speed shall she make, lad. Now, truly, earneth she poor marks for looks. But still, a finer spirit hath no ship. Full many small improvements have I made to render her e'en faster than before. Now, married gentlemen, if thou shouldst agree, we shall be off, and speedily from here. Something again, I promise, boy, thy face shall meet my hand.
But ere the ship departs the sandy dock, the stormtrooper appears with massive threat. He comes upon the ship with weapons set.
Praise up thy ship! I'll blast it to the stars!
Come on, guys, for the heads! Now let's go!
Moss Isley now is left behind at last, while newer scenes come into view apace. As Hans' Millennium Falcon flies far past, the action of our play moves back to space.
Now are we folded hard upon by an Imperial cruiser. Verily, these passengers of great import must be, for they by the Empire hotly are pursued. Now, Chewbacca, prithee, swift make our defense, and angle the deflector shield, whilst I may play the calculations for light speed. Now, vigilance, my Wookiee, quickly come to further ships to try and block our path.
Nay, wherefore canst thou outrun them both? For thou did boast of this strange vessel's speed.
Again, he prattles on about the ship, or would that I had left him on the ground. Pray, mark thy words, lad, else thou surely wilt become like refuse to a star destroyer and float away to vanish amidst the stars. I'll warrant we shall soon in safety fly, once me the jump to hyperspace can make.
How quickly now there canst thou achieve light speed?
A few more moments shall it take, whilst this computer doth its navigation work.
But art thou mad? For certain they approach. I have not made this journey just to die. This man shall surely be the death of me.
Travel unto hyperspace is not like thine adusting of the crops upon my land of infinite dry sand. Sans calculations quite exact, we would be like run through a belt of asteroids, or hit upon a planet's center mark. Should such a fate become, thy journey would end before it had begun.
But oh, what now? What light through yonder flashing sensor breaks?
Shield.
What? What those?
I bid thee peace! And take thou heed, for all prepared to make the jump to light speed.
Han graspeth quick the console in his hand. Then suddenly the ship is bathed in light, with roar of engine, noise profound and grand. The great Millennium Falcon takes her flight.
We are now come to the system Alderaan. Ah, Governor Tarkin, scurvy knave art thou. Now it seems plain to me that Vader doth perform the part of docile dog unto the sickening whinny of his master's voice. Familiar stench of dog's best friend have I found marked deep within my sense of smell, even when I came unto this station.
Never wert thou charming, Leia. Alas, thou couldst not comprehend how hard it was. Aye, verily, how I did sigh and weep to give the order to destroy thy life.
Surprised am I thou had the courage as to take responsibility for this under thy cowardly small self.
She groweth even bolder, which doth but increase my appetite to see her scream. My princess, ere thou executed art, I would thou join me for a moment full of pomp and circumstance, for at this grand and noble ceremony shall the power of this great battle station here be shown to be quite fully operational. Now no star system shall e'er dare oppose the Emperor.
But how wrong thou art! The more that thou dost exercise thy grip, the more star systems through that grip shall fall.
Not after we have shown the power vast this battle station shall to them display, and to the point thou hast determined what the primary demonstration of its force shall be, which planet shall Oblivion face. Now I shall drive the nail into its home, and watch with joy as she with grief is torn. Since thou hast refused to grant us the hid location of the rebel base, I shall unleash this station's power upon thine own home planet, Alderaan.
Nay, do not do so to peaceful Alderaan.
Thou shalt a military target name, then render swift the system's name as well, or else thy precious Alderaan goes toot. I tire of asking o'er and o'er, so thus I promise this shall be the final time. Where is thy rebel base?
On Dantooine. They may be found on planet Dantooine.
See thou, Vader, how a cat may have her claws removed. Now, Admiral, thou mayest continue with thy weapons.
What madness here?
Thou far too trusting art. The tiny Dantooine is too remote to show the station's power, but pray, fear not. We shall in time thy rebel friends pursue.
To do the governor's most evil will, the people on the Death Star quickly rise. With a mighty flash, the beam bursts bright and shrill, and Alderaan is shattered for their eyes.
No!
The instant Alderaan is smashed to bits, Luke tries his lightsaber, a keen trainee. The droids and Wookiee play a game of wits, but Obi-Wan doth sense catastrophe.
Now breaks my heart as through the Force I sense the suffering of many worthy souls. I do not know what this doth portend, and yet I fear the worst.
Good sir, how farest thou?
Forsooth, great disturbance have I just felt in the Force. It was as if a million mouths cried out in fear and suffering at once, and then were all hushed in silence, gone to the last. But prithee, my good Luke, thy practice recommends.
Thou mayest all thy troubles now forget. The imperial knaves have been outrun at last. Now here's a solemn gathering indeed, quite lacking in the proper gratitude. Nay, speak not thy thanks too heartily, else shall thy praise go swiftly to my head. Here's the point. We shall have Alderaan arrive ere long.
Pray R2, caution show.
Phoebe, squeak.
A fair move hath she made, thou furry lump. No use is there in screaming o'er the loss. Oh, however did I join this company, a Wookiee and a smuggler captain. Ah!
Be thou wise, droid. Mark well what thou dost. As it is said, a black hole deserves thy fear, but fear thou more of Wookiee's deadly wrath.
But sir, no proverb or reality of how a droid may possibly angered be.
Aye, marry. 'Tis because no droid hath e'er torn from join another being's limb. On lesser insult even than this.
Your meaning, sir, doth prick my circuit board. 'Tis best to play the fool and not the sage. To say it briefly, pray, let the Wookiee win.
The fool I'll play with thee indeed, and yet I perceive thou and thy friend have heart.
Now, remember, Luke, the Force doth smoothly flow throughout the feelings of a Jedi Knight.
But doth it control one's every move?
'Tis somewhat so. But remember also, the Force shall obey thine every command.
Aye, this Force, in troth, I'll never comprehend. It doth obey and doth also control? What paradox! What fickle-natured power! Aye, frailty thy name, belike is Force. Alack! The small remote hath struck again!
Thy errant system of belief, thy weapons ancient, all thy mysteries, thy robes and meditations o'er the air, even thy precious Force, cannot compare to my religion true. Trusty Blaster, ever by my side.
Devoted follower thou must be with such a speech. Pray, tell me, pilgrim reverent, dost thou truly disbelieve the Force?
Pilgrim, truly said. For I have traveled from galaxy to galaxy and more. And yet, never hath this faithful worshipper found aught to recommend that strange belief, a single force that binds the universe. True 'tis, no power mysterious controls Han Solo's yet unfinished destiny.
A wise philosopher of arrogance, how far he hath character he hides. Now, prithee, good young, try again, and this time lay aside thy conscious self. Take up this helmet thick, adorn thine eyes with shaded shield opaque, and let thine instincts be thy guide. Trust thy feelings.
But surely 'tis a jest. For now I nothing can see. How can I fight? I fight, walk, or even stand. Without one's sight, but little can be done.
No. Let thy feelings be thy sight, because eyes often lie and sight is known to deceive. Trust thy feelings, good. Let them be thy guide.
With mind unsure, Luke readies for the fight. The small remote doth dodge most suddenly, but with calm mind, Luke blocks its laser bright. With inner eye, the force has let him see.
Rock, thou canst do it.
'Tis luck, nothing more.
My dear man, I have many years of experience, and little of it has shown me aught of luck.
To find success against a small remote is well. And take its skill, I must confess. To find success against a living soul, however, also take it excellence. See if we draw near to Alderaan.
I did feel something when we won. It seems my soul's eye fixed itself onto the remote.
Seems, young one. Nay, thou didst. Think thou not seems. Thou hast taken thy first steps toward a universe far greater than thou canst ever understand. And so begins, if I've seen aright, his transformation into Jedi Knight.
Lord, our scout ships have reached Dantooine. Remains of the rebel base they have found, yet surely hath it been a long time deserted. They shall now scour surrounding systems, so to find the base.
Wench hath lied, deceiving cutthroat girl, most cunning princess born of hell's own heart.
I knew full well she ne'er would betray her prized rebellion whilst in her right mind, and thus I said she ne'er should have our trust.
Destroy her, 'tis a sentence more than just.
Now dropping out of Lightspeed's frantic rush, we enter swift into the area where should there be great Alderaan in view. But pray, what madness meets the Falcon's flight? Is this an asteroid field I see before me? The ship hath run a course direct and true, and yet no Alderaan may here be found. O errand vital, O portents of great ill, what does it mean when planets are no more for those who make their wages by the stars?
What news, good Han?
The ship's position hits the mark, and yet no Alderaan there is.
I pray, marry sir, what dost thou mean? How can a planet vanish into the air?
Thou hast said right, lad. It is no more. The planet's gone, all turned to rock and ash.
Thou speakest not right. Say how, pray how, tell how!
Destroyed it was, and by the Empire most cruel.
1,000 ships could not destroy the planet. Truly, 'twould take greater power than ever there was known to humankind. But soft, another ship approaches quick.
Belike they can the tale to us relate.
Nay, Imperial fighter 'tis.
Hath it made chase?
Nay, 'tis a short-range fighter. Oh, how this situation doth give me pause.
No base is there nearby. Whence cometh it? The courage in me melts at this. My boasts cannot resolve this mystery.
The ship departed swiftly. If thou have identified our lot, surely we'll have strife.
It is my intent to keep us from that fate. Chewie, render its transmissions blocked.
Pray, let it be. 'Tis too far flown.
Not long.
Dost thou agree a ship of its size, this deep into space, could not have possibly come alone?
Belike 'twas in a group and now is lost.
It shall not live to tell the tale today.
Forsooth, he make his way into that small moon.
I shall play checkmate on him ere he lands.
Alas, I sense the game. We are the pawns. That is no moon. 'Tis a space station, man.
'Tis far too large a space station to be.
My feelings now do stir. I sense them well. They tell me we shall lose the match that we play.
Pray, turn thee quickly the ship around.
I shall. Chewie, lock thou quick the auxiliary power.
Why do we still approach? What can be done?
It hath the advantage, using tractor beam to pull us in unto its landing bay.
But surely thou hast some move left to make.
My moves are done, lad. I must shut down, else shall the ship entire soon come apart. But still, with all my players, I shall fight.
Nay, Thou canst not win, but will, by strategy, some good alternatives to fighting soon see.
So enters the Millennium Falcon in unto the Death Star, grand and stark and mean. With fear the Wookiee and the three brave men look on as their space journey changes scene to one of more sinister design. What shall become of these heroic figures? Perhaps thou shalt find the answers upon a later time. Until then, this great adventure shall be, or not to be, continued.
Really, it means a whole lot to me that all you guys came. I know it means a lot to the cast and crew. I put in a lot of work and kind of threw this thing together for you guys. And I'm trapped with you now. But you know, the only thing I can say at this point is thank you.